Hello, beautiful friends. This is the Organizer Advisor here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. In today's video, I am going to share with you my top 5 tips on how to save money. So grab your hydration beverage. Let's have a sip and a sip because you don't want to miss this video. Okay, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Dr. Lisa Winfield. I'm a professional organizer and certified professional life coach, and I dovetail these two skills together to create a process of enhancing your happiness and transforming your life. So in today's video, I want to share with you my top 5 tips on how to save money. Now, this is important information, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I post more money-saving content. Okay, so let's get started. You're gonna want to stay to the end of this video because this is counting down my top 5 tips. So the tip that I like best is going to come at the end, so you're going to want to stay tuned. Now, these tips, I'm going to give you the tip, and then I'm going to explain why this saves you money. Okay, so we're going to start with number 5. Number 5, get organized. How does getting organized save you money? Well, the 3 ways that I'm going to talk about is that number 1, you can find what you need when you need it. I'm going to give you an example. Let's just give the example in the case of batteries. You need batteries for your remote, you need batteries for your game controller, you need batteries for your Bluetooth speaker. But you can't find your batteries. So what do? You go out and buy more. Now, that's just one example of times that people go out and buy things because they can't find what they already have. Now, I see this as a professional organizer. I call it duplicate buying. And the number 1 reason that people duplicate buy is because they cannot find the original item that they purchased for an intended purpose, but they can't find it in order to use it. So I have a process called Organize to Utilize, which takes those high use, high frequency items and we organize them and create a dedicated space in which to store them so that we know where they are when we need them. So that way we can utilize them when we need them and we're not prone to duplicate buying. Playlist right here on how to organize to utilize. Second way that getting organized can save you money is that you have an increased home satisfaction. So you are more satisfied in your home environment. So you are less likely to avoid through shopping, through socializing, through going out and, spending time in restaurants or shopping malls or stores just browsing. Because a lot of times what I have found with my clients is they're avoiding being at home because their home environment is uncomfortable. So they find ways to avoid being at home more. So when you're out in restaurants and socializing with friends, you're probably socializing with food or drinks, and then also the shopping. So this increases your spending. So being more comfortable in your home environment means you're more likely to find your entertainment at home, spend more time with family, also just being at home, possibly relaxing, exploring some creative pursuits or hobbies. So that saves you money. The third way that getting organized can save you money is you're not escapism shopping. And this kind of dovetails into number 2. But when you are shopping, you are anticipating reward. You're anticipating buying something. And that releases dopamine in your brain. And dopamine is a feel-good chemical, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, you're not comfortable at home. You're going to be more likely to pursue that dopamine hit. Now, this is exactly why when we do our every nook and cranny cleaning, as well as utilizing this strategy to enhance your happiness, is we create celebrations at home using what we have. So every time we finish a room, it takes us 4 days to every nook and cranny clean a room, because we use the compass rose strategy where we focus on one wall a day. When we start cleaning that room, we plan a small celebration in that room. Why? Because it releases that dopamine hit. That 4 days we're anticipating. That's what keeps us motivated. And then we get that reward. And that's what keeps us motivated and engaged in every nook and cranny cleaning, organizing, and decluttering our home. And then once we have our home in a condition that we feel comfortable, now we're planning celebrations with family and friends. We're more likely to invite friends over. We're more likely to entertain. And we're more likely to be content in our home space. I call it the soul sanctuary space because it's where your soul can be at ease. So that's number 5, get organized. Number 4, plan a menu. Each week, as part of our Sunday prep steps, we plan a menu and we highlight items that we have on hand in our refrigerator, our pantry, and our freezer. So that saves us money because we're using the grocery items we've already purchased to execute a menu that we plan each week. So we're using those and we're reducing the amount of food waste we have. So we're saving money on our groceries. But also, if we're planning a menu, we have a plan. So we are proactive in preparation of food and dinner. So we are less likely to go grab and go food or eat out because we didn't have anything planned for dinner. We also can plan lunches and breakfast and snacks, and we can pack our lunches to go to work, pack our kids' lunches for school, when we're off to the ballpark or, wrestling practice or volleyball practice. We can have, even a picnic dinner planned. We can also have snacks and, some high energy foods for those athletes so that we're not running and grabbing food after practice and they're starving. So that saves us money. And then overall, we feel more prepared. And when we feel prepared, we are more likely to engage in cooking at home than when we feel like we have to stop by the grocery store after work. We have to pick up the groceries. By the time we get home, we're too tired, so we're just going to eat the frozen pizza. But if we're prepared with a menu and we have already purchased the ingredients and we're utilizing the ingredients that we already had, then we're really maximizing our food budget and we are more likely to cook healthy, wholesome foods at home. Now, cooking in my family was a family activity. Everybody participated in the cooking. I had 2 boys and both of them are amazing cooks now and cook for their families. That's number 4, plan a menu. Number 3, plan a fiscal fast. What in the world is a fiscal fast? Fiscal fasting is a strategy that I incorporate the last week of every month. And this is when I consciously and intentionally reduce unnecessary spending. This is the time that I use all those almost empty self-care products as well as cleaning products. So I'm decluttering some of those containers and I'm using that last little bit of stuff, and then I can recycle those containers. So now I'm saving money because I'm getting my money's worth from those products. Also, I reduce my amount of outside of the house activities. This is the week that I don't plan on, grabbing lunch with friends, or I don't go, shopping, or I'm not, using fuel, running errands. I try to plan all that the other 3 weeks of the month. And then that last week of the month, I try to stay home more. And this serves another purpose. And it's not just about saving money. That offers me a window of time that I can do my kind of more deep cleaning in the house. That's my end of the month reset. So I do light cleaning the other 3 weeks, but on the last week, I do more of a deep cleaning. I wash the shower curtain and the bath mat. I wash all the bedding. I'm, cleaning all the windows and mirrors and, doing the things that I don't do on a weekly basis. But because I'm not going somewhere all the time, I am actually able to spend more time at home. So that way I can keep up instead of catch up. So another way that fiscal fasting can help us save money is it illuminates where you're spending money. Now, this was paradigm shifting for me. So as I started developing this fiscal fast strategy and integrating it into my monthly schedule, I started realizing when I would go out, not only was I stopping for coffee, which turned out to be somewhere around, $7, $8, and then with the tip, and, so $10 a day on coffee was, I ran by and got lunch. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to stop at the grocery store and pick up the hamburger that I need for dinner, and then I'd walk out with $100 worth of groceries. So what I realized was I was spending so much money that I wasn't really consciously aware of. It didn't seem like a lot at the time, and it seemed necessary at the time until I started shifting into a savings mentality, and that's what fiscal fasting can do for you. Instead of spending, you start to figure out ways and implement strategies in how you can save money. This is when I do free entertainment. I use the DVDs or the Blu-rays we have at home, or we have a movie night where I stream a favorite movie. We use what we have at home for entertainment. Instead of going out to a movie, we have the home movie. Instead of going out to see a baseball, hockey, or football game, we do a little family game at home. We can have family board game night, or we do croquet and champagne, just something fun at home. And this helps me actively start to plan to use the things I have at home. So that's number 3, plan a fiscal fast. Number 2, take care of the things that you have. Take care of the things that you have, especially your high value items. For example, your car. If you take care of your car and do the maintenance, keep the interior clean and smelling fresh, take care of the exterior of your car, detail. Yeah, that's something you can do during that fiscal fast week, where you do a little extra time keeping your car nice looking. When you take care of your items, they look newer longer, and they function better longer. So this is going to decrease the need for you to repurchase that item. Okay, so I'm going to give one example, because this one you have seen yourself. If you have watched any of my cooking videos, you have seen the pots and pans I use. Those pots and pans were bought in 1988. 1988, making them 40 years old. They're 40 years old, and they look brand new. And when I see them, it's uplifting, because they're shiny and they're bright and they look new. And believe it or not, subconsciously, that is inspiring me. It's motivating me. It's exhilarating to me to cook with them. But when I see something that's, brown and caked on and kind of diminished, I am less likely to be excited about cooking. So I maintain those tools and they are in perfect condition, and I can use them for another 40 years. Now, I can give them to my kids as part of their inheritance because I've maintained them. All right, so that's number 2. Take care of what you have. Here is my top money saving strategy. Did I mention hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like button, just in case? All right, I would appreciate your support, so thank you so much. All right, number 1, use what you already have. You may be a little disappointed in hearing that, but let me explain. You bought all of these items. You purchased them to use them to enhance your happiness. Sometimes it's to enhance your health and well-being. Sometimes it's to have family time together so that you feel more connected. Sometimes it's to create some aesthetic vitality in your home. You buy things to make yourself more comfortable, to give a visual interest, to uplift and enhance. And oftentimes, our homes are overwhelmed with these things because we're going back to number 1, we're on the search for that dopamine hit. So we actually have so much stuff in storage units, in attics, garages, closets, cupboards, under the bed. Out of sight, out of mind. And when you don't have easy access to these things, you are not going to use them. And when you don't know where they are, you don't have the time to go digging for them. That creates frustration and stress. It elevates your cortisol, which isn't good for your body. Puts you in that. You have the sympathetic nervous system instead of your relaxed, calm parasympathetic nervous system. So you avoid doing that to yourself. So either you go out and buy it or you don't use it and you just pay to store it in a storage unit, which is costing you a whole lot of money, or you are just overwhelmed with, your storage debris. You don't have any space to store things, and you're so overwhelmed in those storage areas, you don't have easy access. So here's what I suggest. As part of our daily health and beauty routines, we incorporate exercise and, health and beauty routines that are going to enhance the way we look and feel, enhance our health. And so we made an inventory of all the items that we had already that we weren't using. And so we call this our life enhancement list. And this was the treadmill, the croquet set, the golf clubs, your LED mask, all of those personal care appliances. And we made a list. And so each day, as we were selecting an activity that we were going to engage in as part of our exercise routine, we just selected something off that list. And so we started to utilize these items. Then we realized we actually bought these for a purpose, and it gives us this sense of satisfaction when we're using things that we bought them for. There is that little happiness hit when you take something off the shelf and use it for yourself. Something that uplifts your happiness, your joy, your contentment, your health, your well-being. There's a happiness associated with that. And then we start to feel like that has value. Now, another approach to this is you've invested a ton of money in all of these items. They were meant to be employees, but you are paying them. You have actually prepaid them for sitting and doing absolutely nothing. Now, that doesn't make good business sense to a businesswoman, but it's not good sense for you either. You have purchased these items to work for you. Now, you've purchased them in advance, so you have already given them their paycheck, but now you're allowing them to sit there and do nothing? They're not earning their keep. They're not working for you at all. In fact, they're creating more chaos and more clutter in your life that are actually a detriment to your well-being through stress and that physical reaction to stress, which is cortisol production. It's hurting you physically, emotionally, spiritually. You don't feel comfortable in your own home. And every time you look at that, you're like, well, I'm not even using that. And it diminishes your energy. But when you take that out and you create a plan to utilize it, and then you begin to utilize it, then you're like, wow, I'm getting my money's worth out of this. It's actually, and you start to see the results. Example of the bicycle. You purchased that bicycle for a reason. You wanted to get out, get fresh air, get exercise, and it's just something that you enjoy doing. But the bicycle got somewhere in the back of the garage, the tires are flat, the chain's rusty. Get out, now it's not usable anymore. So every time you see it, you get this little diminished energy like, why is that there? It's not working for me. So oftentimes it gets disposed of, you donate it. Sometimes you can sell things and get some of that money back. But a lot of times it just sits there, not working for you. So how do we fix that? We start to interact with the items in our home. So what you want to do is you want to become aware that they're there. So that means be consciously aware of those items sitting there. Make them accessible. Get them to where you can use them and start to incorporate them into your daily life plan. So if you're going to want to exercise, get the bike out ready to go. Give it a good polish, air up the tires, make sure that chain is oiled, make sure that you have your helmet and all your safety gear all right there by the bike. You can put it in a little drawstring bag and just hang it on the handlebars. That way you have everything together in order to utilize it when you want to. Make sure it's in good working condition. Take care of it. So then start to incorporate it. Have a day, like Saturdays are our outdoors fun in the sun, family fun and pets day, where we actually can go on a family bike ride. So that's the day you're going to say, that's my bike ride day. I'm going to go on a bike ride. I had a little trailer. I even took my little Frenchie in because she was blind, so she couldn't go for walks, but she could go for a bike ride in her bike trailer. So a lot of these items that you have that aren't being used are not helping you enhance your happiness at all. So if you're utilizing them, they are working for you, and you are getting your money's worth, and you're less likely to go out and buy more things because you're going to have a sense of satisfaction with the things that you already have because they're working for you. So those are my top 5 ways to save money. I am the Organizer Advisor. I am here as my purpose, my passion, my mission is to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. So please check out some of my other videos and also leave me a comment if you found anything in this video helpful or if you have suggestions for other content that you would like to see. I'm the Organizer Advisor, hoping you have a wonderful day. And until the next time I see you, take good care. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you would like more support, ideas, guidance, frameworks, and some positive, uplifting suggestions, please check out some of my other videos. You can activate your subscription on my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post newer content. But those playlists are a framework for you to organize all aspects of your life to enhance your happiness and transform the life that you're living. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, my dear friends, I hope you have a wonderful day.